Hi everyone, I'm GREYMOND. Today we're answering questions about OCD recovery. These are questions that you left below my videos. So the first question is, I have just begun recovery and I am so relieved to finally seek out recovery that I'm starting to feel like I'm a poser and that I don't actually have PRO. I am certain that I have PRO, but I also can't shake the feeling that I'm making everything up and that I am the cause of my intrusive thoughts. Do you know what the cause of this self-doubt is and how to stop it so that you can focus on recovery? Well, this is the recovery. So you stopping the thoughts and you dealing with these feelings, that is part of the problem of OCD. So seeing the thought, so anytime you're getting this thought of what if I'm a poser, what if this, what if that, the what if, that's an exposure, that's an OCD thought, right? Now you have to refuse the reaction. So a thought comes in, I'm not reacting, I'm not responding. That part of the brain is reactionary. It doesn't understand what you are talking about. It doesn't have the ability to actually understand things. It just, if you're reacting with fear, it brings on whatever you're reacting with fear to. If you don't react with fear, it doesn't bring it up. That's how it works, you know? So it doesn't have the ability to judge things on its own. So you just have to refuse to listen to it. You don't need to explain to it what you are doing or try to somehow prove that you're not a poser to it, right? You just, okay, that's my OCD thought. Okay, yeah, it's bringing me fear. Okay, it's bringing me anxiety. Feelings are controlled by OCD. They're not really controlled by you. There's nothing, it's not that you can feel good and then work on the recovery. That's not how it works. So if those feelings are there, yes, you feel bad, yes, it feels real, yes, what ifs are happening, but you're choosing to step over it and refuse. That is the recovery work. So as you are doing it within your actual theme, this is the same thing. So you're doing it within the theme thoughts and within these thoughts as well. So if you have a thought of, I don't know, what if something bad is going to happen or something like that, or what if something bad already happened, like a false memory, right? So you're choosing to disregard those thoughts, and at the same time you're also choosing to disregard these, but what if it's not, what if I don't have PRO, blah blah blah. So it's the same kind of thing. Next question is exactly what if you have insomnia? Sometimes because of feeling anxious and other times just because body feels too active to rest. First of all, if you are having caffeine, cut out all caffeine, because that's just going to create more of a problem. In terms, if you don't have caffeine and you still find that you're very anxious, don't go to bed until you actually feel tired. A lot of the times a person will go to bed and then as they're laying, they're gonna just start to think, start to analyze. So stay up until you actually feel like you need to go to bed, and then also if you already are in bed and feel like for the next hour I'm not sleeping no matter what, then get up and do something else. Don't lay there and allow yourself to think and analyze, because that's just not very good. Next question is, I've been trying not to think about my OCD, but whenever I get thoughts, I have to go to people and ask to help me, and now they're also getting tired of me. I feel so inferior and miserable because of all this. I get suicidal thoughts. I feel so degraded. Please tell me what I should do. So what you should do is you need to stop doing this. You need to stop going to people and asking, because you're doing reassurance. You're doing reassurance after reassurance after reassurance. OCD is getting worse. You're feeling bad. So all of this is a situation that drives OCD further. You want to refuse going, refuse asking, refuse analyzing. Yes, the fear comes in. Yes, it feels very intense. You feel like you just need to check, you just need to find out, but you have to choose to refuse. It's a choice. You're making a choice to recover. You're making a choice to refuse. Yes, it's going to feel really bad because just by making a choice, the anxiety doesn't actually go away, but this is what you have to do to recover. This is the exposure and response prevention. So the exposure of the thought, or the situation, right? And the response prevention is what you're actually doing. So you're preventing the response of fear. Fear is coming in on autopilot. You can't stop that, but you can't respond with fear. When you are doing reassurance, you are responding with fear. When you are refusing to do reassurance, you're saying, forget it, I'm done playing this game. As you can see, just by the tone of my voice, that's how you should be sounding inside. That's the position of power. Next question is, the thoughts are subsiding, but they changed from what if to I am or I want. Has my mind learned a new technique? Also, I'm going to continue to disregard. Yes, and it goes from one to another. You can say, oh, I feel like I want this, or I feel that I am this. That it's only another way that your mind tries to bring up OCD thoughts. So you just like you disregard the first one, you have to disregard this as well. It's not really different. It's the same thing. So just continue to disregard. It's common. Sometimes you can bring up thoughts. Sometimes you can bring up images, urges. All of this kind of stuff is common. So just lump it all into one ball of OCD, symptom of OCD. Don't care. Moving on. Next question is, please tell us, is working out helpful to beat OCD? I think, really any activity is helpful because it sidetracks you away from worrying about OCD thoughts. And that's helpful. So, whether you choose to work out or do something else, working out in itself, makes you feel a little bit better. So I find that is also productive. Being outside really helps. But really, anything that sidetracks you away from OCD is a good thing because you're showing your mind that, no, I'm doing a workout right now. I'm putting that first. I'm not putting OCD first. So that helps. Hi, I'm suffering from religious OCD. At times I feel like the disorder itself is just me doing wrong, and I'm not really able to tell the difference between intrusive thoughts caused by OCD and the ones that pop up on their own. I would say any negative thought right now that you're getting that has to do with religion is OCD. How do I dismiss the bad thoughts when they come to me during the worst times, like in class? And as a result to this, I feel like I might be punished or something. How do I start the recovery? I don't know how to face them, and I'm afraid to expose myself to the thoughts. You're already exposed yourself to the thoughts. The thoughts are coming in, that's the exposure. You need to prevent the response of fear. So this is a very, very common situation in terms of religious OCD. Happens to pretty much most people who have religious OCD. It's pretty much how it goes. There's few variations of it, but really this is pretty classic, so you have to do the work to get better. Right now you are reacting with fear, and that drives the situation. So don't analyze the thought. Any thought that has to do with religion, it's OCD, I'm not reacting. I'm choosing not to react. That kind of should be something you say all the time, right? So you're not trying to figure out, is this thought different? Is this me? Is this OCD? It's always OCD. So just treating it like that, you will see it will start to kind of, feel less severe and kind of it starts to go away. But as long as you're powering it up, you're making it stronger. I'm doing much better, but I still feel like I have to clean a little bit each day. What is normal? How do I continue to reach healing? I feel much better, but I feel stuck where I am at lately. So I would say in terms of cleaning OCD, try to see how other people who don't have OCD do certain things. And I think that, if you have somebody you trust, without doing reassurance, if you can just ask them like, oh, how would you do this? Or kind of observe their behavior a little bit and try to do what they're doing, or even doing something a little bit less sterile, so to speak, doing a little bit less than they're doing in terms of cleanliness, just to push it a little bit further, but that's generally how you would do it. Because with cleaning OCD, a lot of the times I find that the person, especially if they've been suffering for a long time, forgets what it's like to be normal in the way of to clean normally, right? Because everything feels like OCD. So observing other people's behavior kind of helps to, put you back on track. Next question is, why do I sweat and have bad dreams at night? Even if I do good during the day, I don't sleep well. Will this fade? It will fade. In terms of dreams, it's just another way for OCD to bring up your thoughts, to try to protect you from them. So if you're not paying attention during the day and you're doing good during the day, your mind tries to sneak it in at night, So you just have to look at it. That's another symptom. Don't power it up with fear. Like, why is this happening? What does it mean? It means you have OCD. That's all it means. So it's just treating it like nothing. It's a symptom. It will pass on its own. You don't really need specifically to do anything. Just don't power it up with fear. So that's the last question I have for today. I do have a lot more questions, so if I haven't answered yours yet, I will answer it. If you feel that it's urgent, please just repost the questions and I'll get it a little bit sooner. If it's kind of been asked for a few weeks ago and I haven't answered yet, just repost. Thank you so much for watching. If you would like to do the recovery program, as you know, the information is on youhaveocd.com. Thank you. I'll see you in the next video.